enough.
Okay, I'm here with Adam Schaeffer in the downhill zone in Issaquah. He just built me a new Santa Cruz Hightower LT. Beautiful. Nice job, Adam. Comes in sky blue, which is a matte, which is a little different from what we've been seeing.
Maybe a satin. I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost
matte.
a satin. Yeah, I didn't think matte quite caught it. Yeah, satin's probably a better description. And then we added the orange highlights, of course. Comes with a gold
Kashima
highlight.
it's kind of a Kashima. It's this. Yeah, it's that tone there. I think they intended it to match the Kashima, which it does.
Yeah.
But yeah, the orange jumped out at me from a memory of the 1970s Le Mans Porsche Golf car that Steve McQueen made famous, and it was kind of this light blue orange combo, and so that was kind of what, when I saw the frame color, that's what jumped out at me, that I thought orange would look good on it, and I think it turned out well.
Yeah. No, the highlights are great. And we added little bits. I do things with alcohol paint. For instance, the rotor bolts and the stem match the blue highlights on the, or blue knobs on the shocks. Got the orange pedals, of course, and orange stickers for the Noble wheels. Orange grips. It's a nice balance. Sometimes you can overdo the highlights.
Yeah.
I think it came out pretty good.
Everyone's got their own kind of level that they feel is, that's the fun of it, is that you get to decide how far you want to go.
But the biggest hurdle with this whole project, really, and it didn't used to be this way, it was getting a frame set only, and then building up from parts.
Yeah, I mean, the frame set, the first hurdle was that we decided to do this project. We put the order in right when Santa Cruz was in the process of launching their 2019 product. So when that happens, now in the industry with most brands, their primary focus is complete bikes first. And so when a bunch of orders are coming in because they just launched the new colors, they're always going to be filling the complete bike orders before the frame only orders, which, yeah, I mean, it's, for better or worse, it's just not how most people are buying bikes these days. So.
Well, you almost think the industry doesn't want people to buy bikes.
Well, sure, because I mean, bike companies themselves, you also want to keep in mind that they get essentially, distributor pricing. So when they sell when they sell a complete bike, they're not just making money on the frame. They're making money on all the individual components that they sell you as well, because they got them at a decent rate. And so there's margin on the entire bike, not just the frame.
Yeah, so, you as the customer are doing the math, thinking, oh, I'm getting a discount here, but...
And you get a good deal, but they're still making money on all those individual components because they got a great deal.
Yes,
and
exactly.
So that's kind of the game where it's in their best interest to sell you a complete bike with the parts that they negotiated with their individual suppliers. So the custom build stuff, just, yeah, I mean, I don't know, from my perspective, these are like the best rolling billboards that a brand can have, because when you have custom built bikes that don't look like anything else and they jump out and they get a million questions at the trailhead, like that to me is like some of the most effective underground marketing that you could hope for. So I don't know. I still hope that most companies will continue to offer frame-only options, but it seems like it's less and less, especially as components become more specific and proprietary. I think certain companies they don't trust shops or consumers to be able to build stuff or get it right, and they maybe they're maybe nervous. I don't know, but this is kind of the way that I like to do it. I think it's.
What percentage of your builds are custom, Adam, at this point?
It's less and less. I mean, I probably do. I would say if I average one a month, that's good.
Oh, okay.
I probably don't do more than 10 or 12 in a year.
A year?
I do just a lot more complete stuff now because, yeah, I mean, it's kind of, I see it right as the $5 to $6 grand tipping point, where if you're below 6, there's a lot of really good complete bikes as far as the spec you're getting, that kind of meat and potatoes. Like an example would be a Santa Cruz Carbon S package, right, just under 5 or right around 5 grand. Because they're selling it on the more affordable C-spec frame, you know, there's a lot of value. But once you cross over kind of closer into the 6 neighborhood, that's where I guess it's more of just a personal feeling of you should get what you want. Yeah. You should get the parts that you want, and you shouldn't have to squeeze yourself into a box, especially like when it gets up into the 8-9 granders. I'm like, come see me. I can build you something completely unique and individual, and it's going to be exactly tailor-made for what you want for that same amount of money, or less sometimes. Yeah. So because then we can fine-tune. If you don't feel like you want full XX1 drivetrain, you don't care about that, but you want nicer wheels or whatever. It just allows you to allocate your money where you care the most. Yeah.
Well, like Santa Cruz makes this in a package for what? With the Santa Cruz wheels.
They have several. I mean, you can get carbon wheels now on their S bills. Yeah. But then XO1 and XX1. The top level one with carbon wheels is just a smidge over 9. I think it's 9.2 or 9.3. Yeah.
But the bump up you're paying is pretty much what you're going to pay for a custom set, right? You don't get a real discount on the wheels.
It depends. I mean, it depends on which ones you go with. Like I have WeAre1 composites, or these Nobles. You know, you can get them built with Hopes or some other, like some GT350s.
Well, I got the Onyx on these, and I like the Onyx.
So those end up being a little bit more.
For the Nobles, but they're Onyx.
But there's a wide range of carbon wheel pricing now that can allow you to kind of fine-tune what you spend and get you the parts you want.
So you're not going to be able to get the orange black Spire chain ring.
No, obviously, yeah. I mean, that's the other beauty of the custom build too, is that if you have a penchant for, you know, a little bit of flair on your bike or doing something unique, so you don't show up wearing the same dress as everybody else to the party, like it's fun.
No, I always get a comment on that, and I get the biggest comment I get when I'm riding along and somebody just starts looking at the bike. Oh, the stems. How did you get a cool stem like that?
Yeah,
it's not easy.
It's been the case since the 80s when BMX bikes became like the whole thing. It's like valve stems has always been the cool accessory. You gotta have the skull or the bullet tip or whatever.
Yeah, you don't go that far.
But that's how it started. Is like valve stem. They've always been the funny accessory that people.
And then we got the King. That's brand new, right?
That's brand new. I was just able to get that right in time with the build. I wasn't actually expecting it to be available, but they were able to get it built for us. Right. So that's the brand new drop set 1 is what they call that. First time King has finally admitted defeat and accepted that they need to make an integrated headset if they want to keep selling headsets on high-end bikes like this, because a lot of companies are moving to the integrated system where the bearings ride right in the frame. Personally, as a mechanic who's been doing this for a long period of time, I'm with King on this. I wish that all frame companies would still do a press and cut, because I just like that 1 degree of separation between bearing wear and frame construction. Right. I also like the option of doing offset angle from companies like Works Components with the ability to slacken out a bike if you want to change the head angle. So I will forever be the press and headset guy, but this is the way that a lot of manufacturers are moving. And I can't say that I've had many, if any, issues with it. Yeah. Same thing with press fit, like BB92 bottom brackets, things like that. A lot of people complain about creaking and whatever, but you know, as far as my actual real world experience with them, it's as long as you install everything correctly and you put grease and you do the things the way you should, it's usually pretty straightforward.
It's okay.
But it's just more of a theoretical engineering standpoint. I like that kind of that ability to have separate cups pressed in, but whatever. The product looks really good. I mean, the bearings look great. It's classic King, what exactly you would expect from them.
Yeah, and you got the collar to match somehow. I mean, it's salsa.
It wasn't me. Salsa, yeah.
Salsa's...
You know, and if companies are smart nowadays, if they're an aftermarket brand and they're making colored bits, they're going to be looking around to see what shade other brands are doing.
Right.
And it's hard because, you know, certain companies, depending on like Hope versus King Creek, sometimes you do get variance between them, and it can be tough to get them all to match, especially if you're doing different ones. But no, they definitely seem to be locking in on the King Mango with their orange, and it turned out like almost, I couldn't make it any better.
No, it's perfect. And the King, the bottom bracket.
Yeah, the Red Fit BB.
What I did with the rotors, these are Hope rotors, and they come in an orange, but it's kind of a washed down orange, so I put some alcohol paint on it and then clear coated it. And same with the bolts, essentially. That's how I got the colorization there. And
you're trying out
gives it more pop.
You're trying out the new ENVE cockpit?
Yeah, the new ENVE cockpit. Yeah, the new ENVE cockpit. I'm excited about that.
35 mil M7?
M7s, yeah. And it's a 50 mil, I think it's 50 or 55.
The stem should be 50.
The stem's 50, okay.
Probably like a 20 or 25 rise bar?
Yeah, 20, I think it's 25, right. And ENVE will also give you stickers.
Right.
And
yeah, that's cool.
Now to
to
match.
Just like everybody else.
Well, they give them to you free if you buy the bars, so that's nice. Anything else?
We're doing bike yoke. Bike yoke.
Oh yeah, the bike yoke.
Because Paul has a rather tall inseam, especially for riding a large frame.
Yeah.
So we were able to put a 185 millimeter dropper on here. So I mean that's a huge amount of travel.
Amazing.
So that's a cool option for depending on the height of your frame. Depending, you know, the overall C2 height, and they use.
Got to remember not to get too far back when it's all the way down.
Fair.
I think the
seat could be kind of close. We'll have to look at that. But they use a really low stack height, which allows them to squeeze more travel into not much bigger than like what a 170 travel reverb would be, because the collar is taller on a reverb. So if you hold them up to each other, the overall exposed distance is about the same, but you just end up getting a little more travel.
Right.
And then a Fox 36 for you is new.
That's right.
And this is the brand new 2019 with the Grip 2 twin tube damper, 4-way adjustable, high and low compression, high and low rebound at the bottom. So a few more tuning options than you've had in the past. It'll take a little bit of time maybe to get it
I'll
dialed
have to play with it.
Once it's there, it should be quite good.
And you transfer it over the Hope brakes, which I love. I just love the race.
Yeah, Race E4s.
Race E4s, yeah, with the 4-piston, really nice.
Yeah.
Nice modulation on those things. Nobody else even comes close, in my opinion.
Yeah, your wheels, your cranks, just kind of a handful of other items coming from your previous ride.
Great, and it was all for a price. A price?
A price.
A price.
Yeah, you're out the door just under $5 for the whole process.
Yeah.
You know, that's labor included. There's a project like this ends up being more labor than if I just do a complete build from scratch, because the complete build from scratch is more consistent. It's all new parts. I know how they click together.
Yeah.
The time is very consistent. Whereas when we're taking parts that have been used, when I'm putting them on a new frame, you have an expectation of riding a new bike because it's new for you. So I have to do a little bit of extra work and make sure that it feels as close to new as possible. And that sometimes means that we gotta maybe do some extra rebuilding or tuning on some stuff that's been played with. Try to clean it up and get it to feel as close to new as possible. So that's why these can sometimes be a challenge.
Yeah.
And then of course I got to take the time to strip the old one and get all the stuff on the new one. So yeah, it's a bit more of an open-ended project. When I do a complete one from scratch where everything's new, it's more clockwork.
Right. And the 5, of course, doesn't include the parts that I switched over.
No, no. So, I mean, yeah, price-wise, this bike is probably somewhere in the 8-ish to what tax 9 probably. Like the one I just delivered for that customer, similar level of quality was right around 9 out the door.
Yeah.
with tax and everything. So that would be my guess.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in that neighborhood.
So I'll try and keep it clean for a while anyway.
Yeah, I don't know about this paint. We'll see how it does with dirt. don't scrub it. That's going to be my recommendation.
And
spray it with like some cleaner, and then just gently wash it off with the hose. Yeah, don't rub it ever.
Get the chain grease off my hands before I pick it up.
Yeah,
yep. Right.
I think that anytime you have a satin finish, it can be harder to keep it clean. But at a certain point, it'll get dirty, and then it's just your bike now.
Yeah,
it's not the new trophy; it's just a bike, and you just go use it.
Yeah.
But it's just under 30 with pedals and everything. It was 29 and a half. Ready to ride, so pretty respectable.
Which is good. Well, you put the WT tires on.
Sure, those are a little heavier than your previous bike, but these 2.4 DHRs actually kind of split the difference. The DHF 2.5 is a big chunk heavier.
Right.
These aren't really that much heavier than the 2.3s are.
Okay.
So that's why I like this tire a lot, and that's why Santa Cruz this is the same spec that you would get on their complete build.
Right.
Is this 2.4 front and back? It's a great all-around in-betweener. It's a little bit meatier than the 2.3s without the weight increase of the 2.5s. So yeah, these are a fun, just kind of little sleeper tire. Well, they're not sleepers anymore. Danny Hart's been racing on these. These are definitely popular now, but running them front and rear, not a lot of people were embracing it as a front tire at first, and then it really caught on because it has really good braking grip as a front tire. I do like it. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, now it's time to get out and ride.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna dig this. I like it.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Adam.
Okay.